What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my reaction channel and welcome back to another reaction video with Keyambri. So today we back again with another hood politics video. Now, I try to switch it up on my YouTube channel, but for whatever reason, y'all seem to really like these ghetto videos that I be reacting to. This seems to catch the most attraction. So I mean, shit, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we just gonna go ahead and react to some more ghetto stuff. But today we're gonna be reacting to the story of Cameron Terrell, a rolling 90s Crip. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video.
Welcome to Hood Politics. In this episode, I will be discussing the story of Cameron Terrell, also known as Milk or White Boy from the...
And by the way, I have no idea who this is. This video has 9.5 or 4 million views on Hood Politics. I'm not knowledgeable of who this is, so I'm learning all of this. I'm learning about this person for the first time ever, so yeah.
The rolling 90s neighborhood Crips, which is a gang located on the west side of South Central Los Angeles. The facts of the case are as follows. When the average person thinks of South Central Los Angeles, the things that often come to mind are crime, poverty, and gangs. But just outside of the boundaries of South Central lies an abundance of wealth. A few miles north are the streets of the Hollywood Hills and Beverly Hills.
Isn't that crazy? Like, it's just so crazy how, like, it's always one big city, like those cities that are like one big cities, and then you literally go about 20 minutes out and all of a sudden there's nothing but mansions and this lavish life. But then you go 20 minutes down and there's nothing but super poverty. Like, that's one thing that's very interesting about like cities like LA, New York, Houston, cities like that. Because one thing I could say about where I'm from, nigga, is ghetto everywhere. It's, what I'm saying, poverty everywhere. It's poor everywhere. You can't necessarily drive 20 minutes around and be in some fancy neighborhood with big ass mansions and fancy houses. No, you literally have to drive to a whole nother city for that. Like, that don't exist where I'm from.
A few miles west lies the beach cities of Santa Monica, Venice, and Marina del Rey. And just a few miles south are the upscale cities of Rolling Hills and Palos Verdes.
Yeah.
Normally, these two worlds don't mix. But in 2017, a young man named Cameron Terrell made national headlines when he crossed that boundary and stepped into the Rolling 90s, which is one of the most reputable gangs in South Central Los Angeles. Palos Verdes is an upscale city filled with cliffside homes, top-rated schools, golf courses, and country clubs. Cameron Terrell was raised here. His mother, Deborah Terrell, is an interior designer with a list of...
So this is kind of similar to what's the guy who we reacted to a couple videos ago? Lloyd Avery. Like, you from the suburbs. And now it's looking like we finna see a repeated story where you start trying to hang out in places where you're not from.
Wealthy clients. His father, Donald Wayne Terrell, is president of New and Improved Media, a media consulting company based in El Segundo, California. The Terrell family lives in a 4,000 square foot home that is valued at around $1.8 million. They would often...
So he ain't just from the suburbs. He's like, his family is very much wealthy and well off. Yeah, so he's not from the suburbs. It's looking like he's kind of like, his family is, set in stone. Like, that's, they come from a nice house. Mommy and daddy both got nice careers. They living good.
Take lavish vacations and attend parties thrown by their wealthy clients and neighbors. Cameron drove a black Mercedes-Benz, wore designer clothes, and was given a healthy allowance.
And he cute. He looked cute from that picture.
Cameron attended Palos Verdes High School, which is one of the top-rated schools in Southern California. By all accounts, the Terrell family was living the American dream.
Yeah. It looks like he really comes from a nice family, like, wow.
But behind closed doors, the family was in turmoil. Cameron and his parents didn't get along, which led to daily arguments. Cameron began to rebel against his parents and would often run away from home. There are a lot of rumors regarding Cameron and
That's
how he
how it
initially
starts.
connected with people in South Central. Some say it was through drugs, and some say it was through social media. But one thing is clear: once Cameron made his way to South Central, he became infatuated with the streets. Cameron became good friends with one of the boys there. He would stay at his house for days, weeks, and months at a time, and would even call the boy's mother Mom. Sometime later, the boy was being courted by the Rolling 90s Crips and told Cameron he should also join. Cameron jumped at the opportunity, and shortly afterwards, the two boys were.
One thing that always confused me is you was living lavish and then you like came obsessed with like being in poverty. Like what like I don't understand what is so fun about the hood or poverty, like, or seeing poor people, cracked out people, seeing people have to literally survive off of welfare and food stamps. I don't get what's so fun or what's so entertaining about this type of lifestyle.
Initiated into the gang at Jesse Owens Park, which is a stronghold of the Rolling 90s. Cameron.
And then you getting mixed up with the wrong people. You didn't met some random ass, you know what I'm saying, some random ass little boy, and he tell you should join the gang, and you just up and join.
Dove headfirst into the gang life. He was given the nicknames Milk, White Boy, and Bright Eyes. He would get clothing made with his gang and nickname in large letters. He even got a tattoo of the Washington Nationals logo on his chest, which is a logo the Rolling 90s adopted to represent Western Avenue, a street that stretches through the heart of their territory. It's safe to say that Cameron adapted to the gang lifestyle as the years went on. He was from Palos Verdes, but he called South Central home, and the Rolling 90s embraced him. It's been said that Cameron was no stranger to crime, and he indulged in everything the gang lifestyle had to offer. Things like drugs, robbery, and murder. On the morning of October 1st, 2017.
This some clown shit. Like, this some clown shit. Like, I don't even know why you, like, these gangs, it's so funny because why would you even want to accept somebody like him into your gang? Like, he comes from, you know what I'm saying, super poverty, super uppity, lavish lifestyle. What made you want to recruit him?
Cameron and two other young men were riding in his black Mercedes-Benz. The group was armed as they entered the territory of a longtime rival gang, the A-Tray Gangster Crips. The rivalry between the Rolling 90s Crips and the A-Tray Gangster Crips goes back decades, and fights and shootings aren't uncommon between the neighboring gangs. Around 11:26 a.m., a 21-year-old man named Justin Holmes was walking down the street with two other people. As the group walked down 78th Street towards Western Avenue, they were approached by two men. The two men asked them what gang they were from. Holmes replied that he didn't gangbang. One of the men put out a chrome revolver from his sweater and began to open fire. Holmes was shot as the two people with him ran away. The suspects ran to a waiting black sedan and fled down an alley near Western Avenue. The two people that were walking with Holmes ran to a nearby store and called for help. They then returned to the scene of the shooting and stayed with Holmes until help arrived.
Wow.
Holmes was taken to the hospital and pronounced dead at 12:02 p.m. The autopsy would later show that he was shot twice, including a fatal shot to the back. Detectives working the case began their investigation. They began to look into the background of Holmes in an effort to find a motive for the murder. They found that Holmes nor the people he was walking with had any gang affiliation. Holmes was a college student and had a job working for U-Haul. He had a day off from work and
He actually has something going for herself, you know?
decided to hang with some friends. One of the people with Holmes during the shooting picked out the gunman from a photographic lineup. The shooter was a 16-year-old gang member. Investigators then swept the area looking for other witnesses when they noticed a surveillance camera near the scene. They contacted the owner and asked for the camera footage. Upon reviewing the video, detectives saw the two suspects get into a waiting black Mercedes-Benz and speed off. Immediately, Cameron became a prime suspect. Police knew Cameron due
Dumbass, you want to be in a gang and do all these crimes. You don't even know that you being recorded and watched. You don't even know how to properly do a hit right.
the interactions at Jesse Owens Park in early 2017 and knew he drove a black Mercedes-Benz. Detectives interviewed Cameron about the murder. He admitted to driving the car at the time. Cameron was arrested on October 12th, and his bail was set at $5 million. The two young men that were with Cameron were also arrested on October 12th. When the police searched the home of the shooter, they found a chrome .38 special revolver. He would later admit to shooting Holmes. The names of Cameron's accomplices weren't released because...
Wait, this is him? Oh, so he a white boy for real. Look at him. There's no way. This is, I'm not gonna lie. The picture that they kept showing and this picture look like two totally different pictures. This looked like he just turned into a different kind of white boy. Like he turned into a lawyer white boy, you know, upscale white boy. But the picture that they showed before that, he just looked like, you know, one of the white boys that went to my high school with me. You know what I'm saying?
They were both minors at the time of the murder, whereas Cameron was 18 years old and legally an adult at the time of the murder. Cameron and his two co-defendants were charged with 1 count of premeditated murder and 2 counts of attempted murder with gang enhancements. The news of a wealthy white...
This was the picture I was talking about. He looked different in this picture than on that other picture.
Team playing a part in the murder of an innocent black man in South Central quickly made national headlines. People wondered, how did this happen and what would be the outcome? Cameron sat in jail for about a week, but was released when his family posted $500,000 on the $5 million bond. Cameron's 2 accomplices remained in jail. Cameron's family was shunned by their Palos Verdes.
It's crazy because his family got the money to post his bail. And, you know, the rest of the gang, you know, they just got to sit there and wait. That's just crazy.
Community. Clients stopped doing business with his family, and students, parents, and staff at Palos Verdes High School did not want Cameron to continue his senior year at the school, stating that they felt unsafe and uncomfortable with him attending. The school and the Terrell family agreed to let Cameron complete his studies off campus. Cameron pled not guilty to all charges, and his trial began on July 3rd, 2018. Cameron was represented by an attorney named Javon Blacknell. Blacknell told the court that Cameron was a good kid from a good home, and the case was a result of blatant overcharging. He went on to say that Cameron didn't know the 2 men were armed when they entered his vehicle.
Okay, so I already see the play. We see this time and time again where all these punk ass, you know what, I'm not even gonna say it, but we see the story time and time again where these sadiddy ass, corny ass, wanna be about something ass kids that come from the other side of the tracks wanna cross over and act like they with the shits and gangbang and do all this shit, and as soon as it turns around and go left, now all of a sudden they put on a nice suit, they clean up, they flip their hair over, and now all of a sudden, oh, I don't know these people, I'm not with this, I'm just a good schoolboy, I just go to this school and I come from a good family, I'm just a good boy, I don't know anything about gangbanging and doing all that murdering, and I don't know anything about that. We see this time and time again. Just place the blame on the black boys, huh?
And when he drove into rival gang territory, he thought the 2 men got out of the car to go tag a wall. Blacknell said that Cameron wouldn't have used his dad's car if he was planning to kill someone. He was shocked when he heard the gunfire. He stated that Cameron sped away as a matter of survival and not in an attempt to flee the scene of a crime. The prosecution painted Cameron as a wolf in sheep's clothing. They presented a stack of evidence in hopes of proving Cameron as an active member of the Rolling 90s and a willing participant in the murder of Justin Holmes. The evidence against Cameron included the following: a shirt with the name Milk in light blue letters, which was found in his Mercedes-Benz. Pictures and videos of Cameron with known gang members wearing gang colors and throwing up gang signs. A Washington Nationals logo tattoo on Cameron's chest.
Don't Blueface got this tattoo on his face?
Which is meant to represent Western Avenue, a street that stretches through Rolling 90s territory. Other evidence included scenes from a music video called The NH Anthem. The NH Anthem is a song featuring rappers from various gangs under the neighborhood Crip umbrella. The rappers diss rival gangs and showed their allegiance to the neighborhood Crips, hence the title, NH Anthem. Cameron can be spotted in multiple scenes of the video, amongst a sea of gang members,
I mean, it's clear as day. Like, he knew what he was doing. He knew what he signed up for. And he happy to be a part of it. That's what it looked like to me.
Sporting a light blue bandana around his neck. The prosecution went on to explain that Cameron would have earned status among the rolling 90s if he ventured into A-Tray gangster Crip territory and killed a rival gang member. The prosecution also showed a video that was taken by Cameron of gang members kicking over the candles at Justin Holmes Memorial. Javon Blacknell stated that Cameron was living a fantasy, and he was unaware of the real-life consequences of his choices. He went on to say that Cameron was influenced by music and movies. When asked about the tattoo on Cameron's chest, Blacknell said Cameron got the tattoo because Kevin Durant has one, and Durant is his favorite basketball player. Blacknell called character witnesses to testify on Cameron's behalf. All of them said they didn't think he would murder another human being. Jurors deliberated for nearly a week before reaching a verdict. The jury found Cameron Terrell not guilty on all charges. Cameron spoke to the press after the verdict.
I'll say rest in...
Wow. It's like I'm shocked, but it's like I'm trying not to be too shocked, because why would I be shocked that they're serving up white privilege? But yet they're going to charge the other two guys that were with him. They're going to charge them. But the little white boy, he gets the not guilty. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow.
Peace, Justin Holmes. He shouldn't have died that day. And, you know, I pray for his family every night. This been weighing on me every single day of my life. I don't have to explain myself to anyone. God knows what really happened that day, and God knows what was in my head that day.
The verdict caused national outrage and sparked conversations about white privilege and classism. A lot of people
Bro, it's clearly white privilege and classism. Come on now. What are you, like, what?
compared Cameron's case to the case of Ethan Couch. Ethan Couch was 16 years old when he decided to drive drunk. Ethan lost control of the vehicle and killed 4 people. During the trial, Ethan's lawyer argued that because the Couch family is so well off, Ethan never had to suffer consequences for his actions, so he didn't understand right from wrong. The attorney went on to say that Ethan suffered from a condition called affluenza. Ethan received 10 years of probation. Cameron's 2 co-defendants await trial. Since they were both 16 years old at the time of the murder, their cases went to juvenile court. The district attorney wants to move their cases to adult court so they can be tried as adults.
Wow.
I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's really how it goes. Like I said, I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised, because that's really how it goes. You know, these clowns right here, these clowns, you know, they hate black people, but they love black culture. They want to be like us so bad until they got to suffer the consequences and really be like us. But anyways, thank y'all for watching this reaction. I'm going to see y'all in the next reaction.